Welcome back to Surfers Paradise and round 5 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman series. We'll take a look back at round 4 in big conditions at Fairhaven. The washing machine down south was very, very tough. Shannon Eckstein, well, didn't he bounce back, Jack Hansen? He hadn't won a race this series. He'd gone close and he was pushed the entire way, but he got the job done and, well, kept himself alive in the overall point score.
Well, he certainly did in big, tricky conditions, Josh, so not too dissimilar to what we're witnessing here at Surfers Paradise. And will Shannon Eckstein take his second victory of the summer?
Well, have a look at that. The big ski roll on the back bank. I think a couple of the guys will be getting ready to do that here at Surfers Paradise. Have a look at the performance from Eckstein. Ali Day, he is currently leading the overall Nutri-Grain Ironman series, and it came down to those two men. Eckstein was just too good in the end. Too big, too strong, too fast, and in all honesty, too skillful and too experienced. And I think that will be the key today. We saw in the women's race the names like Harriet Brown, Courtney Hancock and Jordan Mercer have good performances due to their skill and experience. Let's take a look at the overall point score there. A big lead for Ali Day, 59 points through 4 rounds. TJ Hendy there having the series of his life, and Matt Bevilacqua close enough if good enough. Further down the page, Gray, Louis, Maynard, Benny Carberry, Bo Wheeler, Dan Collins and Jackson Borg, they're trying to get themselves as high as possible. This is our series leader, Ali Day, on his home beach at the moment, Surfers Paradise. He'll be looking for a big performance here. The Allen boys kick off the start list. They're not brothers, they're cousins, both racing out of the Wanda Club in the Cronulla region of Sydney. Good to see Kane Eckstein back for a second round. Brother Shannon will be looking to make it back-to-back performances. Then all the big names we expect from the Nutri-Grain Ironman series, Maynard, Poole, Taylor and White is number 20 on the line. The boys are set and ready to go. We will be taking 15 through to round 2. It's survival format. Ski, board, swim is the order. We're off and away, and there's one guarantee in this, Jack Hansen. There's going to be carnage.
Well, there certainly is. Ali Day's off extremely quickly in the middle of the field, so he'll be looking for a gap for himself on his home beach. He knows these conditions. He knows these beach better than anyone else in the field.
Big numbers here from Surfers Paradise in the final. Matt Bevilacqua now training at the Kurrawa Club just down the stretch of sand. He'll expect to be familiar with these conditions. In the centre, Matt Poole is flying out in front. You can see the black nose with the yellow tip there. Shannon Eckstein goes up and over, and a couple of the boys are already in trouble. You don't want two swim legs in an Ironman.
Well, there's a few that are off their skis, Josh. I saw Hayden White was one of those, so very quick off the beach, probably too quick in fact, found himself underneath one and got absolutely slaughtered by the Surfers Paradise Shorey.
Oh, Mitchell Allen there getting belted. Oh, Hayden White sideways, and there is Hayden Allen going over as well, and you don't want to go sideways, you don't want to send it into the sky. Up and over Corey Taylor, and then the ski rides all the way back to the beach. That ski surfs waves really, really well without anybody on top of it, and that is not what you want from the man who finished 3rd at the World Championships. Unbelievable. Oh, Bevilacqua with the roll. He does not want to be doing that either, because as he's rolling, Shannon Eckstein is putting the pedal to the metal out in front. And as we spoke about, skill and experience in Fairhaven got him home. Will skill and experience get him home, because it's doing a great job at the moment?
Well, Eckstein out in 1. Matt Poole sitting in 3rd, just tucked in behind Shannon, and these boys are working their way out a long way to the back of the Surfers Paradise break to get themselves around the apex cans.
Poor old Corey Taylor there. It takes some skill to body surf with a paddle there. Unbelievable from him. And then our leaders, Shannon Eckstein and Kendrick Louis, two of the big names of surf sports. They've negotiated this break very well. Just behind them, it's Kane Eckstein. And we forget the Eckstein brothers, they started their career right here at Surfers Paradise. Shannon won his first world title, his first Australian title in the light blue and yellow cap of Surfers. So they know this place just as well as anyone. As a couple more start to join up, Nathan Gray, Ali Day there, they start to come around. Bevilacqua's recovered from the roll. TJ Hendy's there as well. So all these boys, they're trying to stay in the top 15. We'll send 5 home after the first race. Oh, TJ Hendy gets a little bit wild there. Ali Day, and it's an absolute Surfers Paradise sandwich for Matt Bevilacqua. Ali Day puts the power down, tries to get out in front. Jackson Maynard's there on that wave as well, and Matt Bevilacqua decided, well, safety's the best option, pull off the back and ride that one home from behind.
Well, interesting, Josh. The boys boys in front have got a bit more time to think about whether or not they want to take some of these waves, particularly in that shore break. You do not want to lose your ski and be swimming back to the beach. The boys behind have to take anything that comes because they can't afford to drop back into the red zone.
I don't know if it's 2012 or 2018 because it's Eckstein from Louis and Eckstein again. We've seen this many a time, but not in the last couple of seasons. Hendy around, Day around as well. Jay Finesse has had a great start to this race, a big, strong lad. Look for him late in the swim as well. Nathan Gray starts to work his way through, so the Surfers Paradise boys are relishing in the conditions. Lacey, Brooks, Tannen Linden goes through, Luke Cuff, Matt Bevilacqua as well. Will Budd works around, Max Beattie, another one of the Surfers Paradise competitors. Jackson Maynard will be loving the big surf. He loves it when things start to get a bit wild and woolly there and skills come into the mix. And it's a different style of racing, isn't it, Jack? It's not put your head down and grind. It's about awareness and applying pressure at the right point and the right time.
That's exactly right, Josh. And getting those skills right, we see Shannon Eckstein pop up over that little wave there, and he makes sure that he does the little things right. That ensures he stays in the position he is as the two Allen boys from Wanda run around. So a little bit of work to do to get themselves out of that bottom 15. And Hayden White, we saw him smashed in the ski off the beach. He goes into his strongest, or one of his strongest legs, Josh, the board. As the Australian board champion, he'll be looking to make a move.
So through the ski leg of race one, it's Will Budd, Hayden White, Corey Taylor, and the two Allens that are sitting in the red zone at the moment. A lot of work to do for Corey Taylor. He's well out of it, but the rest of the field's close enough, if good enough. Actually, they're not that close to Shannon Eckstein. A couple of rounds ago, I said too old, too slow, and he's not using speed at the moment. He is just using his unbelievable skill and race smarts to outsmart the rest of the field here. He's found the right line out. He's barely had to roll ski or board, and, well, he's absolutely flying as he goes up and over the top of a little teetering wave there. He's turned it into maybe a 10 board length lead.
Well, he takes his time and he makes good decisions, and decision making is what you need out here in these very tricky conditions. There's Kendrick Louis, led by Shannon's brother Kane, so still making their way out towards the back break. We can see the waves rolling through now, and this is the second part of the ocean that the boys have to negotiate.
Yeah, there's two banks there, big gutter in between. They think they're safe, and then all of a sudden one like this stands up. Ali Day forced to pop and go over. The rest of the field sits back, leans up, gets the nose up and over. And Shannon Eckstein, he's round the cans and starting to work his way home, and he won't want to use too much energy. He'll try and find himself a nice little wave that'll take him all the way to the shore, but because behind him is the charge of the Light Brigade. Luke Cuff on the orange starts to come down one. Kane Eckstein on the far right-hand side. Oh, it might just fill up for him there, so unlucky from Kane Eckstein. That's not what he wanted. Bevilacqua's had an unbelievable paddle on the left in red, and so has Max Brooks. He's really come into his own this summer and really established himself from a consistent middle of the pack Ironman to one of the best in the business. He's had a podium finish before, a couple of big results there as the boys start to fly on the way home. Will Budd on debut, trying to work his way out of the bottom 5 at the moment, and he's certainly done that. A big debut, a tough debut for Will Budd, and he's putting his best leg to work.
Well, a big mover, Josh. Will Budd is one of the strongest board paddlers in the country, and he knew if there was any chance of him getting through, he'd have to make a move in that second board leg.
Oh, tough there. The man still going out to sea is Corey Taylor. He is last place at the moment after the first 2 legs, and poor old Corey Taylor's still heading out while the rest of the field's heading in, and you could, well, almost write him off unless something special happens here with 1 and a little bit of legs to go. He's got a lot of work to do. Kane Eckstein on the left-hand side, Jackson Maynard on the right, and Matt Bevilacqua has hit the sand. What a paddle from Bevilacqua. He has done an unbelievable job, and one of the best board paddlers in the business is chasing Luke Cuff as they go round through transition. They'll head right down the beach to the south because that sweep is taking them from south to north, and make sure that they don't miss the can because there's nothing tougher than swimming against conditions like this.
Well, how is the quality of board paddling in this field? We've seen Luke Cuff go around, Matt Matt Bevilacqua, Max Brooks, Will Budd is out there, Hayden White is out there. So the boys that can make a move in the board have done so and put themselves right up the front of this race.
Paul Eckstein, Hendy, Maynard, Lacey there, Beattie, Furness, Kendrick Louis gone from the front to being almost in the red zone, and Tannen Linden has a little bit of work to do. He is just teetering on the edge. He's definitely not safe. He's definitely not in the red zone. He's in that awkward period where he's close enough to get knocked out if luck doesn't go his way.
Well, that's Luke Cuff swimming in there, Josh. He was the leader going into the swim leg, but didn't head as far south as a lot of the others, as we see the boys making their way down into the rip to account for that north moving sweep.
Oh, they've gone a long, long way down, almost past the entire carnival area. Hayden works his way around, and Luke Cuff's really backed himself there and gone pretty straight in. You expect Hayden to go all the way down in the rip. You can see that water's just a little bit greener down there. That means it's trying to escape, work its way back out, and, well, the pack, it's got it almost perfectly, and Luke Cuff is getting smashed by these waves. Mitchell Allen works his way through. His cousin Hayden Allen works his way around as well. Cuff's up and standing. You can see how shallow that is there, but you can also see the white water is giving it to him, while the rest of the field just swims comfortably past him at the top of the screen.
Well, they're swimming through, Josh, and it's opening up for them, so they've made a huge move in this swim. We see the water moving out and the boys moving extremely quick. Now, they are going to have to start to swim north. They're going to have to swim back to that turning can, or they may end up right on it as they start to angle back now.
Huge lesson for the kids at home. They saw the rip, they jumped in it, absolutely flew. Shannon Eckstein, Matt Bevilacqua hot on his heels. Maybe Max Brooks doing his best in third place. And Luke Cuff's giant lead has all but disappeared because he, A, didn't account for the sweep, didn't use the rip when he was going out there, and then did a lot of standing up on the bank and didn't get down deep where the water tends to run out. So Shannon Eckstein's experience comes to the fore again. Bevilacqua's youth and exuberance makes him hot on his heels. A little bit further back, Brooks in third place at the moment, and we spoke about how good his summer's been so far. Nathan Gray hot on his heels, having a great race in his, well, in his debut season at the top level of competition. Matt Poole working very, very hard on the front of this pack, dragging the rest of the field. Kane Eckstein's there, Jackson Maynard's there as well, and, well, Corey Taylor is still on the sand and praying. He needs something big and he needs something special to get himself into the top 15 and survive in the survival format. Have a look out in front. Shannon Eckstein, no dramas at all. He looks like he's in second gear.
Well, he started round 5 off where he took off out in front and leading the way. Matt Bevilacqua chasing hard, but these boys know it's not about winning this first round. It's making sure you're not in the bottom 5, making sure you're in the top 15 and going through to round 2.
Bevilacqua works very hard on his swim. It's easily his weakest, but he's definitely not weak in terms of the Ironman field. He can get the job done, and Eckstein just stops. He looks if he can get himself in the right spot for this little one. Bevilacqua's going to join him. So Eckstein and Bevilacqua down the front, and some great body surfing from both men. Poole swum his way into third, and he'll be fired up for a big performance here. He needs to keep himself in the hunt in the overall series. A podium finish there may just do it. He might need a little bit more. Jay Finesse tries to get down one as well, and a couple of the boys have held on. A couple have dropped off the back. Poole's off the back. Ali Day's out the back at the moment, and there's a few frantic looks there because they know they're in the top 5 or 6 going into the wave area, but once those waves start to break and you don't know who's got them and who's held onto them, you can just get the little bit of fear into you that you might miss out.
Well, always a little bit of panic, Josh, when you're coming into the final part of the race and you see boys coming down the wave from behind, particularly body surfing. You don't have the craft to keep you on the wave, so you've got to make sure you pick it up and hold it through further than anyone else.
Well, Shannon Eckstein won round 4. He is going to win the first race of round 5. Matt Bevilacqua, he won round 3. And he's going to come up in second place. So the big names are rising to the top. Here we go. TJ Hendy up. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is your top 15. That is how they'll finish. Eckstein, Bevilacqua, Tannen Linden came from the clouds. TJ Hendy, Finesse, Poole, Kendrick Louis, Lacey, Maynard, Cuff. He did everything wrong in that swim and still survived. 3 from Surfers Paradise. Max Brooks did everything right and only just survived up across the line. Will Budd will miss out in his first ever Nutri-Grain Ironman Series race. Will Budd will go home with a 16th place and far from disgraced. Further behind him, Hayden White didn't have a great day. The Allen boys of Hayden and Mitch will finish in 18 and 19, and Corey Taylor has had one to forget.